Hey everyone, Nate Martin here with Autolife 360 Motor Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about this awesome 2012 Ford Raptor SVT. This is the first gen Raptor, so they made this from 2010 to 2014. This one is in tuxedo black, and we're going to talk a little bit about the interior, exterior, and we're going to go for a drive, so stick around. So believe it or not, the Raptor's actually been out for 10 years. That's right, they first started production in 2010. Like I said, this is the first gen. They made the first gen from 2010 to 2014, and then they released the second generation in 2017. When the second generation came out, the first gen Raptors really took a drop in price, and so these are kind of in the high 20,000 range or in the low 30,000 range, depending on how many miles you have on the truck. Yeah, I don't think Ford knew that this truck was going to be such a success. This truck kind of pays homage to the Ford Lightning. That was actually the original Ford Racing SVT truck that they made in the early 90s all the way to the early millennium era, and that truck was featured in movies like Fast and Furious. But when they came out with the Raptor, I think Ford kind of wanted to go in a little bit of a different direction. The Raptor, obviously, you know, it's got the big beefy tires, but this truck is more geared towards off-road racing or Baja desert racing, and so they fit the truck with the big 35-inch tires, 17-inch wheels, and it's jacked up on the Fox Racing springs. All right, let's talk a little bit about this interior. You're greeted by a nice big beefy steering wheel with a fair amount of buttons on it. There's a lot of tech. This, for a truck, there's a lot going on. I know Ford wants to keep it simple. This is a pickup truck. It's meant to work. But the amount of technology, even with the first generation Raptor, is pretty impressive. You have a hill descent button. You've got an off-road button. The infotainment system is very nice and bright. You've got maps, destination, navigation, XM radio, you name it. Phone book, call history, text messaging, it has it. Nice speedometer, reads up to 140, tachometer reads up to 7, and then you have some gauges up on top of that with a nice digital screen in the middle. The truck has 2 cameras, I believe. You've got your backup rear view camera, then you also have a camera in the front that you can use when you're going off-roading to see if there's rocks or things under the vehicle, which I thought is pretty neat. Let's talk about space. You know, this is a big vehicle, and I mean, I'm 6 foot, about 225, 230 pounds, and I have a lot of space in the vehicle. Trucks kind of cater towards bigger guys, typically guys that are over 200 or 300 pounds, like trucks. And I mean, you could easily fit a family of 5 in this thing, and luggage and tow, and you can also tow up to 8,000 pounds with this. So this is a very good truck all around. All right, setting off in the Raptor. We're gonna do our driving part of the review. Happy that it's a nice day out. So, you know what this truck is. You've seen these on the road. Kind of the muscular, beefed up version of the F-150. And it's a big vehicle. Visibility is fantastic. So you're raised up already. You're a little bit higher up than a normal pickup truck, because technically this is a lifted truck. But Ford put a 6.2 liter V8, good for 411 horsepower, 434 pounds-foot of torque, so plenty of power. I think towing capacity is around 8,000 pounds for the 6.2, so it's a powerful Very powerful truck, really a multi-purpose vehicle. I'm gonna kind of lay into it a little bit. Yeah, it definitely moves. This thing really does haul. I've heard the new Raptor is actually quite a bit faster. So the second gen Raptor is faster than the first gen Raptor. I've heard that. But you know that this vehicle is really made for off-roading. It's definitely a vehicle you can drive on the street, but it really is made for the off-road. And I'm going to try to do a little bit of off-road driving if I can. You know, the one big setback with these are the fuel economy. It only, I think this one is rated for 11 in the city, and I think 15 or 16 on the highway. And I've heard some different things. Some guys are only getting 13 miles per gallon, and some are saying they're getting 15 miles per gallon. So don't quote me on that, but it's not, you wouldn't buy this if you had to commute a long ways every day. This would not be the vehicle for you. But definitely a stud of a vehicle, that's for sure. And I'm going to tell you something. Chicks dig these things. You can quote me on that. Women love these trucks. I think the women love them more than the guys, but who knows? You know, it has a comfortable ride too for a pickup truck. It's definitely, you know, it's not a Mercedes, it's not a Lexus, but you know, nor do you want it to be. It's I hate to use the word refine for a rugged truck like this, but it's a comfortable vehicle for the size and the weight distribution, and even with these tires, it rides pretty well. Even on the highway, I was doing a little bit of highway driving, and it's a very comfortable vehicle. You would not be disappointed with it at all. I think the only thing that I already touched on, the only thing that you would be disappointed with would be the fuel economy. But another thing too to keep in mind, these trucks hold their value very, very well. Yes, I think when this truck was new, it was about a $60,000 truck, and now they're only going for $30,000. Again, I'm just talking first generation. I'm not talking second generation. But I was actually tempted to trade both of my cars in, my Mustang and my Maxima, and pick one of these up, just because I think these trucks are going to stay around the 30,000 range for quite some time. And who knows, maybe down the road they may go up in value. However, you know, if Ford drops a new Raptor, a third generation Raptor in a couple years, I really don't know what's going to happen to the first gen Raptor. All right, everybody, that just about sums it up. This is a fantastic vehicle if you are in the market for a pickup truck. Again, not the most practical, does not get good gas mileage. That's kind of the one big drawback on this vehicle. However, they do hold their value, they do attract attention, and all around very good truck. You know, SVT stands for Specialty Vehicle Team. Ford really puts a lot of pride and a lot of time into these type of vehicles. And I think these will be a collector car or collector vehicle down the road. And so let me know what you think, and I will see you next video. Thanks.